I acknowledge the raw strength you possess, but your power lacks justice. I did not expect to find one of your strength. This is how it ends.
So as you folks can already tell from that clip I just showed you at the start of this video, the developers of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 have finally added Ultra Instinct into the game. And I personally think that this is something really, really awesome. We see Ultra Instinct in like Dragon Ball Fighters, and we've seen it in like the anime shows and everything, which is really awesome. And I bet there was a lot of people that really, really wanted something like this in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for a while. I remember my time just browsing on the internet, and I remember seeing a lot of people use Ultra Instinct, not like given by the developers and everything. I've been seeing a lot of people use like some kind of mods or cheats or something like that to use Ultra Instinct where they get extra like ki or extra stamina or something like that, which I don't know why that would be a thing, but it is what it is. But I think now the fact that you can actually use Ultra Instinct as like an actual awoken skill in the game is awesome. And I'm pretty sure this is something that a lot of people have been asking for such a long time. And the fact that the game is still going this strong several years later, it's so surprising to me. And I even made a video a few months ago talking about how Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is still going strong. And again, I gotta commend the developers for sticking with a popular game like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for so long. And there's still a passionate community behind this game that still play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 to this day, which is awesome. Now, I've been hearing a lot of reports that the if you try to play like online against other people, or if you try to, I guess, try to do some co-op, that part of the game has been slowed down from what heard and from what I've seen. Apparently it's much harder now to find a online game where you're trying to do co-op, or when you're trying to search for an online game without running into anyone that has a bunch of mods, which again, it kind of stinks, but at the end of the day, there's still a good portion of people that still play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and still showcase updates and everything like that in the game. And again, I gotta commend the developers for sticking with this game for like, what, 7 years now at this point, and it's still getting updates. Usually at this point in time, stuff like this usually is like the last update, and most developers usually just move on to like the next big project they have, or they move on to like the next game and everything. But I'm surprised that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is stuck around this long. And again, like, I'm just surprised that this game is still going strong, and there's still a passionate community that still plays this game to this day. Now, personally, I still play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I mean, you folks saw it in the intro clip that I showed at the start of the video. I still play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I mostly play on my Nintendo Switch, but I play a handful of it on my PlayStation, but I spend most of my time playing on the Nintendo Switch because I'm a weird individual like that. No, but on a serious note, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I would definitely recommend you folks go check it out if it goes on like a sale or something like that. Personally, since the Ultra Instinct update has came to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I definitely been putting a lot more time into that game, and I definitely been putting a lot of time into just getting my characters super strong as well. And apparently there's a lot more to this update than just Ultra Instinct. Like they also raised the level cap too from like level 99 up to like 120, so you can become even more stronger, and apparently you can raise your like attack skills or your special stat skills up to like 200 points instead of like 125, which again, I think that's really awesome. So they increase like the level cap and they increase like the stat cap so you can like become even more powerful and you can just blitz through like a lot of the story mission if you wanted to, or you can blitz through like some of the special missions or like the parallel quests if you want to, which again, I think is really awesome. And I can see this being very useful in like the expert missions, which is like the raid missions where you go up against like super powerful enemies that have a bunch of health and they do like a boatload of damage to you. I can see a lot of people putting all their stat points into like the key part of their stats and just spam Emperor Death Beam over and over, which I mean, it's sounds overpowered, but if it gets the job done in co-op, then I mean it gets the job done, am I right? But again, I think it's really awesome. Like there is a lot more to this update than meets the eye. We got Ultra Instinct, we got a level cap increase from 99 to 120, we got a stat increase from like 125 up to 200 points. So we can definitely use a lot more stats and we can like make ourselves even more stronger. And I just think this is awesome. And again, I got to commend the developers for just sticking with their guns for this long, and I got to give them credit for making Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 a fantastic game to this day. So before I end off this video, I do want to give credit to this YouTuber for inspiring me to make this video and I guess talking about the newest, biggest update for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. This person goes by the name of Little Greg 897. This person has around 6.30k subscribers, and pretty much this is a passionate Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 player who really enjoys making content on Xenoverse 2 and just showcases the newest updates, goes through, I guess, some form of walkthroughs on how to get certain things in the game, such as increasing your level cap, unlocking new skills, and also just shows off a lot of amazing gameplay as well on the channel. I personally love the work that Little Greg does. I think the content that he makes is amazing. If you folks want to see more like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 content or see more news about Xenoverse 2, go check out Little Greg 897. I will leave a link in the description down below so you folks can go check him out. So with that being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. And until next time, I'm talking about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and how it's still going strong and how it's still getting so much support from the community. I mean, seriously, I'm surprised Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is still going strong several years later. I am so glad. And I'll see you all later.